Hi everyone, welcome to E-commerce Success by Ad360, the channel that makes business owners happy, productive and successful. Today I'm going to discuss why words matter, why still in 2022 you need to use more text to describe your products and your company mission. I'm going to review why it's a good idea from a SEO point of view and why Google recommends that, and how this can also increase your conversion rates. Before I do that, please, if you enjoy these videos, smash the like button, put a comment below and subscribe to the channel. Each of these actions are only going to take a moment for you, but they're going to make a big difference for us. Each of these actions signals YouTube that these videos are valuable to you and that they should be shown to more users. So if you do that, if you take a second to do that, it's going to help us grow this channel, help more business owners and make more people happy. So thank you in advance. This video is brought to you by Ad360. Ad360 is the easiest way to increase your sales by managing all your ads in one place, including Google, Facebook, mobile apps, ads and ads all over the web on independent websites. We also help business owners get started with advertising, and then at the moment we have a policy of giving a lot of free services, help setting up accounts, campaign setups, targeting, settings, and reviewing your marketing strategy and all other aspects of your online e-commerce. We do that because we just released the app. We want to help as many people be successful and grow so that we generate, business and success, which can in turn generate, healthy relationships with our users. So if you're interested, I will tell you more about that at the end of the video. Okay, let's go into it. So before I describe the topic of the day, let me announce that there will be a live on YouTube on this channel tomorrow at around 10 p.m. Central European Time. So that's about 9 p.m. GMT, which is, if you're in the US, that's about 4 p.m. Eastern Time, and that's about 1 p.m. Pacific Time. I initially wanted to do this live today, but I had some technical issue with YouTube, and I need to wait 24 hours before I can do my first live, so it will be tomorrow. If you want me to review your shop, there is a post I made on our e-commerce success subreddit. So this is a new subreddit we recently created. The goal is to share tips, advice, best practices, a lot of content, which is really geared towards helping each other out, helping businesses grow, giving advice on marketing, advertising, and e-commerce at large. So this is a new community. It's very small, only 11 members, but I intend on making this super active and a place where everybody can share. So if you want your website, your online store, your business of any sort to be reviewed in the live tomorrow, I will be going over a website and giving advice to improve the website user experience, how you can fix a few technical or UX issues, improving SEO or content, and reviewing your marketing, social media, advertising strategy, and give you general tips to improve conversion rates and revenue. So if you're interested in all of that, I suggest you put a comment below. So we already have someone, First Calligrapher 32, so thank you for your message. So tomorrow we'll review that website amongst a few others that I have selected on Reddit, and for which the shop owners agreed on being reviewed. But if you're watching this video today and you want your website to be reviewed, I suggest you put a comment below that. So I will put the link. This will be the first link in the description below this video. Okay, so I will be reviewing a few stores today. So some of these I will review in more details during the live tomorrow. I'm going to pass through the websites quickly today. So there will be this one, Modtech Tactical. I will discuss this one. Dark Omen table designs, and I will be reviewing this one by Curtis, and Nice Vibes. So I will only make a short review. It won't be extensive, so that I will have still more content to say tomorrow. And today I will focus on one particular aspect which I've advised to the first two websites, so this one, and this advice was use more descriptive titles, category names, and put in words the company's mission and values. So I gave this one tip of advice to both websites, add a longer description about each product. So I will explain today why this is such an important matter. So yesterday I made a long video on SEO, search engine optimization, and I reviewed a number of documents and recommendations from Google, which explain how search works, why you want your website to be crawled by Google and indexed, and how to get more frequently served as a search response to users. And so I'm not going to go through everything again. I just want to show you this one tip of advice from Google. So this is from 2022. So about 1 month ago, Google updated that. So it's very up-to-date, very recent recommendations. And there are actually two things I want to highlight today. So Google tells you themselves that Google is smart, but we can't guess what you don't tell us, right? So there are a lot of things which might seem obvious for you as a business owner, because you know your brand, you know your product, and you're focused on that every day. So a lot of things that might be super obvious for you might not be as obvious for newcomers that discover your website, your brand, and your products for the first time. So there are certain things that you absolutely need to explain, and that will be beneficial both for Google and for new users that discover your website. And the second thing I wish to particularly highlight today is this advice: use text. So even though, image and video, animation, a rich format and content of multiple type of formats is more and more popular and more useful, and is indeed used as well by Google to analyze your website content and serve you as a response to people on the Google search engine, text still remains the primary form of description and the primary way to convey a message, a purpose, and information in a detailed manner to users, at least in the eyes of Google. So Google themselves say that they understand text better than other forms of format, like video, animation, and image. So you want to use these, but text as well. So you need to use all of them together, right? So you need to also add, if you're using, for example, a graphic for your site name, you need to include the name in text format in the page as well. That's just one example. Now let's review a few more examples. For example, this is a website, so Motec Tactical. This website sells accessories for iPhones primarily, like cases and chargers and things like that. Okay, what's the problem? So the first problem I see when I go to this website is at no point you're actually stating what you're selling. That might seem like obvious for you because these are your products. You're spending all day, every day sourcing product, adding products to your website, and for you it might seem obvious because you're seeing that every day. But the first time I went on your website, I saw this picture. I was like, okay, what exactly are you selling? There's no text, there's no title. Usually the first thing you want to show when you go on a website is you might have what we call a hero image. So it's like a large format image like this on the top, which gives a certain vibe and certain conveys a lot of things. So image is super powerful to convey a lot of information in a small space for users, like a certain universe, graphical universe, certain brand identity, certain tone of voice for your brand. Can showcase a product also in context. But often, in addition to the image, which is the background, you have on top of the image like a big text and a description. And this is helpful for people to understand what you're selling. If I go here, the first problem I see is, so you don't have any text, any title, so I don't really know what you're selling. The second problem is these images, although they're nice, they're a bit too generic. I think these are stock photos. And that's okay, but this, like, we don't really know what you're selling in this image, right? So you have like a laptop, you have the iPhone, you have the tablet, you have the sunglasses, you have a watch, you have a desk. So what are you selling? Are you selling like a desktop arrangement plans? Are you selling sunglasses? Are you selling an iPhone? No, you're actually just selling accessories. This is not clear, and it's written nowhere on the website. Like I even think the word accessory is not even written on the homepage. Nor is like case. It's written in the product title, but it's not actually written in any title or category or description. This is a problem. It's going to confuse users. They're more likely to bounce off the website, meaning immediately leave when they land on the website, because they don't really understand what you're selling, right? The second problem is you're not going to rank on Google for accessory or iPhone case or things like that, just because they're missing from your website headers and titles. So that it's actually in the website title. So you have Motec Tactical, all kinds of accessories for your phone. So that's good. That's a first step. But you need to have a big visible title on screen, like a header H1, H2, and these kind of things. And you need to have them as category titles and maybe some description, some texts. Let's look at another example. For example, this is an example of a website which does this. So by Curtis luxury jewelry. So you also have it on the title. Here, the first thing you see when you get on the website is you have this nice image. First, the image, you understand a lot more what it is about, right? And you even have two images. You have this one. And, you know, if I were picky, I could say, okay, but are we selling like the necklace or the t-shirt? But then you have even the close-up. So it's absolutely obvious that this person is selling the necklace and the earring, contrary to your website where you have a bunch of products. Are you selling the, you know, like the headphones? Are you selling the phone? It's not clear. So here it's absolutely clear. And then you have the text. Luxury jewelry. So first you have the word itself, jewelry. So we know it's jewels that they're selling. But you're also using the text as a way to convey a message and the positioning. So it's, you know, the benefit is twofold. One, you're informing users on what it is you're selling. Secondly, you're already positioning your brand a certain way. So luxury jewelry without the luxury price tag. So I understand, okay, I'm expecting to find nice things. They should be looking good. At the same time, they should be affordable. They won't be super expensive. So I already know a bit, and I can already align well or not. You know, this, without even going any further on the website, I can already say, yes, this is for me or it's not for me, right? So you can fit with the message, right? And the more you say, the more you give to people to evaluate whether or not they are aligned with your brand positioning, your brand values, your company mission. And this is very important to create a relationship and trust. And people are going to buy because of trust, right? So they're not just going to buy because you know, they're exactly looking for this one case which has, you know, like the exact image they were looking for. If that happens, good for you, but you'd be lucky. You know, people might be browsing for a case and they land on your website by chance, and you want to give them a reason to buy your case and not another case on another website from a competitor, right? So you have to say something about your website. So is it that you sell accessories and iPhone cases at the best price possible? Is it that they're higher quality than the competition? Is it that you carefully select the ones that are the nicer, the prettiest, the more original? Like, you have to say something, right? Maybe it's that you carefully select each case and you only add the most original ones to your website. Maybe something like that. I don't know. So you have to position yourself. Otherwise, you know, you're not differentiating yourself from competition and you're not giving reasons to people to buy your product. Let me give you another example. This is a nice website which I love, Nice Vibes. So it's a German website translated in English using a Google Translator. So they're selling slippers, right? But they're not just saying, okay, this is a slipper. They're saying smiley slipper. They're saying influence your environment, put a smile on your face and those around you. You know, they're saying the fluffiest and most comfortable smiley plush slippers. You know, they're using a lot of elements in addition to the slippers. They're not just saying, okay, this is a slipper with a smiley face. No, they're saying it's fluffy, it's comfortable, it's going to put a smile on your face, it's going to influence your environment around you. Our goal is to make people happier and encourage them to think positively. So you have here a brand mission, which is explicitly stated. You have the about me and, you know, why there's a community around that, and that, you know, every time they sell something, they help someone. And this is like someone that saves animal. There's a rescue cat and foster cat and something like that. So every time there is an order, there is a donation of €1. So these are additional reasons that will get people to buy. You have reviews. Reviews are super important because they give social validation. So people say, okay, these guys are buying and they're happy with the product. So that's one more signal. And I'm not saying like each of these things individually is getting people to buy for sure. It's not because you add a one sentence with your mission that people are going to buy, you know, magically. But the addition of all these elements, you know, the brand positioning, the nice statements, the funny explanations about the product, you see, with some humor, the reviews, the about me, the community support, all of these put together are going to create an effect where you feel a connection to the website, to the brand, to its values. You're that more likely to buy the product. Okay, so not only is this really good for ranking on Google, because the more content, as you saw earlier, Google themselves tell you, the more content you have, the more text you include, and the more complete you are, the more information Google has to understand what you do, rank you and index you appropriately, and serve your website as a response to people that make queries on the search engine, right? So whenever you add a new sentence, you give Google a new opportunity to serve you as a response to people, all right? So this is super important. The second benefit, so actually the third benefit, so first benefit is SEO and content for Google. The second benefit is creating a stronger relationship with viewers and create a connection that will lead people to buy more frequently. The third benefit is that maybe you have a higher pricing power, right? You're not necessarily selling with a very small margin and you try to sell cheaper than your competition. No, if your brand has some identity and has some values and people align with that, they might be willing to pay a higher price because your product has a higher perceived value, because they're not just buying a slipper, right? They're buying a slipper which will make them happy, which will put a smile on their face, which will make people around them smile and laugh. So they're buying all of that, right? It's not just a slipper. So the perceived value increases, hence the willingness to pay a higher price increases as well. So if you do that, not only you might get more conversion, you could also increase your prices, right? So look at all these texts that you have on the products and all these reasons to buy it. Put a smile on your face and those around you. Keep your feet nice and warm, you know. And again, coming back to the obvious statements, maybe this is obvious for you and for them, they're still stating it, right? They're not just saying, okay, it's a slipper. They're saying, buy it because you're going to have warm feet, right? And why not saying it, right? It might be obvious, but it goes better saying it. It's one more reason to buy the slipper. So they're giving arguments to viewers to say, oh yes, I do want to get my feet warm, and you're reinforcing the reasons to buy the product. Made of a fluffy plush, and again, in the descriptions, you don't have to just copy-paste a technical description of the product. Try to be funny, try to add some personality. All these things are going to make the viewer more likely to fall in love with your product and maybe make an impulse decision to buy because, oh, they really, you know, they laughed, they had a good moment reading your website, and that increases ever so slightly the chance of them buying, right? If I look at your product, I take this one, for example, you know, there is no text, no description at all. You just have some technical details. It's as if the slipper, that were just the list of sizes, right? And the material. No, you have a lot more information than that. And you have reviews, with nice image and people putting 4 stars, 5 stars. So you have a lot more information, right? So in your case, if you selected this case, maybe write a short paragraph about, okay, this case is going to make your phone more resistant. It's going to protect it in case you drop it. And I drop my phone every other week, so I'm super happy to have one of these. Whenever I drop my phone, I remember, oh, I just saved like $500. I don't have to buy the newest phone because it got saved thanks to the case. So it's not like a money loss to buy this product. It's actually going to save you money, right? So you have to also give indirect benefits. It's not just a case. It's beautiful. It keeps your phone protected. Every time you see your phone, you're going to look at this nice, beautiful animal. It's going to, try to say why you chose it, why you like it. You can make it personal as well, or be more descriptive. In both cases, it's going to give more ammunitions to Google to understand what you're selling. It's going to give more reasons for people to value your product more highly, and it's going to make them more likely to buy. Okay, let's look at the second website. A lot of the things I said is going to apply here as well. So before that, just want to mention here the favicon is missing. This is a big problem. I made a whole video on this very topic. This is how serious this is. This is a major red flag. A lot of people nowadays, when they see that, they just leave the website immediately because they think it's an unfinished website or non-professional website, or maybe it's broken, it might not be trustworthy, and people are a lot less likely to give out their credit card details on a site which has a missing favicon. I read a study that said maybe you're losing 17% of your sales just because of that, of the missing favicon. And it's something that can be fixed in 1 minute. I made the video on that. I will put the link in the description. I show step by step how you can fix that in Shopify in less than 1 minute. Okay, coming back to the topic of the product description. So here your website title is okay, but here there's no name here, no brand name. So you should put like your brand name here as a logo or text even. Same remark here you have a nice background image, but it doesn't really showcase your product, and you don't have a title, a header, which says, like a loot for gamers, or, accessories for gamer, or, get the best products possible made by gamers for gamers. Like you can give some flavor about your brand here and explain to people already what this is. You could also feature in front of the background, you can put like someone with like a real photo of someone with your sweat on, and that will make it more clear what you're actually selling, right? Now what I like is this. I like that you at least have some description. This is really good, but it's the bare minimum. You should do a lot more. So this is the bare minimum. You explain that you're gamers, you like fantasy gaming, tabletop, and you want loot that express things you love. All that is super cool. This is exactly what I meant. It's a step in the right direction. Now you need to put out a lot more content. You need to organize that more clearly. You need to explain what's your brand mission, how you selected products, why this product, why you like them, and you need to put a lot more text in each product. So this is too technical. It's just like the text specifications. You're not explaining why this t-shirt is so great, right? What it reminds you of, if you're nostalgic of a certain of Conan the Barbarian or something like that, or if there's what it brings up in terms of memories, maybe what it makes you feel when you wear that t-shirt. You feel powerful, you feel like you can you can face any challenge, even if it's work or school or whatever, so you have to say a lot of things like that. It's going to make people a lot more likely to make the purchase. Okay, so I will make more in-depth reviews and going through a lot more different aspects of the website in the live tomorrow. So if you're one of these two businesses owners, I'd be super happy to give you more feedback tomorrow, answer any question real time during the live. Today, I just wanted to do a deep dive with a strong focus on one aspect, which is the text description. But tomorrow we can cover a lot more aspects of the website if you'd like. But congrats already for launching your business. That's fantastic. I wish you a ton of success. I'm sure if you make a few corrections, you can do fantastic websites. And I look forward to discussing with you, and I look forward to helping you. And I hope you already got some value out of this video. If you want to study a bit more the Google and search engine optimization topic, I recommend you watch yesterday's video. I will put the link in the description. I made a full video on talking about Google search engine optimization, what it is, what you need to know, why it matters so much, and where to get started if you don't really know how to improve your rankings on Google. So I will put the description below. I look forward to speaking with you. Have a very good day.